if we have an integer, let's say x, is said to be a factor of an integer y if s can divide y without leaving any remainder. So for factors, we are talking about numbers that can divide another number without what? A remainder. So let's look at the number. So now I am using the number 4. So the number 4, okay, I'm using the numbers 4. So let's look at factors of 4. Factors of 4. So I said any number that can divide 4 without a remainder is a factor. So 4 divided by 1 is 4 remainder what? 0. So it means 1 is a factor of 4. Let's look at 2. 4 divided by 2 will give you what? Will give you 2 remainder 0. So it means 2 is also a factor of 4. Let's look at 3. 4 divided by 3 will give us what? 1 remainder 1. So because there is a remainder, then it means 3 is not a factor of 4. Let's use 4. So 4 can go into itself 1 remainder what? 0. So it means 4 is also a factor of 4. So the factors of 4 are 1, 2, 4. Let's look at factors of 20. So factors of 20, we are looking at what? Any number that can divide 20 without what? Any remainder. So 1 will go into 20 times, remainder 0. So 1 is a factor of 20. 2 will go into 20 10 times without a remainder. So 2 is also a factor. 3 will go into 20 how many times? 6 times, remainder what? 2. So it means 3 is not a factor. 4 will go into 20 5 times, remainder 0. So 4 is a factor. In the same way, 5 will go into 20 4 times, remainder 0. So 5 is also a factor. Then 6 will go into 20 3 times, remainder what? 2. So 6 doesn't qualify. Let's look at 7. 7 also will go into 20 2 times, remainder 6. So 7 doesn't qualify. 8 the same way. 9 the same way. 10 will go into 20 how many times? 2, remainder 0. So 10 is a factor of 20. Then 20 itself, because 20 will go into 20 1 time, remainder 0. So these are what? Factors. So when we talk about factors, basically it means any number that can divide another number without what? A remainder. Okay. Now let's look at prime factors. So now we know what prime numbers are and we know what factors are. So we are looking at prime factors. So the prime factors of a number refers to the factors of that number that are what? Prime numbers. So prime factors, what it means is that prime factors of a number are the factors of the number that are prime numbers. So now we know what factors are, factors of a number are, and we know what prime numbers are. So whenever you have the factors, then out of the factors we can what? Pick the prime numbers from them. So these becomes what? The prime factors. So when we talk about prime factors, they are factors that are what? Prime numbers. So let's go back to the factors of 4. The factors of 4 were what? 1, 2, and 4. How many of them are prime numbers? 1 is not a prime number because 1 has only 1 factor. Don't forget that I told you prime numbers have only 2 factors, 1 and itself. In the same way, 2 is a prime number. Why? Because 2 has only 2 factors, which are 1 and 2. So out of the factors of 4, the prime factors, so prime factors of 4 are, so 2 is a prime factor of 4. Let's look at 4. The 4 itself is not a prime number. Why? Because 4 has 3 factors, which is 1, 2, and 4 itself. So the prime factors, or the prime factor of, so the prime factor of 4 is what? Is 2. Do you get it now? So they are the prime factors. Now let's look at the prime factors. So prime factors of 20. So the prime factors of 20. Let's go back and look at the factors of 20. So 1 is not a, so the prime factors of 20 is 1, 2, 4, 5, 10, 20. Now 1 is not a prime number, but 2 is a prime number. So the prime factors of 20 are 2. Let's go back to 4. 4 is not a prime number, and I've explained that. 5 is a prime number. Why? Because it has only 2 factors, 1 and what? Itself. So we have 5. Let's look at 10. Is 10 a prime number? No, because 10 has what? More than 2 factors, which is 1, 2, 5, and 10 is also, they have 4 factors. In the same way, 20 is also what? Not a prime number. So the prime factors of 20 are what? 2 and what? 5. So they are the prime factors of 20.